I discovered the game that this was based on a little while before the anime actually came out. When I found out that suddenly this game had an anime, it was quite a shock to me since I hadn't really heard any news about it beforehand. Gameplay-wise, 18 was nothing more than another mobile match 3 gacha game, but it had a fairly interesting premise about it, and that was what reeled me in. The writing of it was never all that great, but seeing it transition into an anime was really nice. The series follows Haruto Tsukishiro, and every episode has him going around a different dreamscape to defeat witches. The basic plot is that he must defeat these witches to wake them up from a never-ending coma, which is referred to as Sleeping Beauty Syndrome. With this ailment, the victim develops their own individual dream world modeled after their insecurities and desires, which serves as some sort of escape from the woes of the real world that sent them to their slumber. With its premise, the anime is episodic and very much a villain of the week kind of thing for most of its run, with each episode defeating the witches in different ways and teaching a lesson. Every episode is visually different and the themes change depending on the witch that the story follows, which makes the series feel like several different genres. The reason why the anime varies so widely is because this was done by a different director for every episode. With how it was handled, it makes for a truly unique watching experience because some episodes feel down to earth, while others look and feel like a fever dream. You'd think the series would be disjointed with how it was handled, but it all comes together very nicely, and it manages to flesh out single episode characters to make you care about them. The greater story also fits very well within the walls of its universe, though some parts are a bit questionable at best. Visually, this is one of the most impressive series I've ever seen. Its quality might vary, but how it uses its visuals to match the mood and tone of every episode is amazing. The anime will look very vibrant in color to express a happy mood for an episode. Sometimes it'll be dark to give it a more serious tone. There's even times where it's desaturated to try to make you pick up on something more melancholy. There are also times where the anime intentionally downgrades its art for an episode to give it a more childish expression, and times where it's visibly more detailed than normal. Hell, there's even a few episodes where they completely change their animation style. It's really quite amazing to see how these details are incorporated throughout its run. If you wanted more of this series, I'm sorry to say that the international version of the game is gone and the Japanese version shut down back in June of this year. Only thing I can really say is to go listen to the game's soundtrack. It's one of my favorites and it hits that sweet spot for me that I honestly can't describe. So, let me finish by asking, have you ever heard of 18if? If you haven't, you've missed out on something amazing, and I hope you'll give it a shot. It might be a little hard to get into at first, but you'll probably come out enjoying it as much as I did.